Get a new group. So we'll right click and we'll go to group settings. We're on group 1, but we're going to add another group. And we want it to be an icon group. And now we've got another bar. And while we're here, I'll make this big so you can see. We can actively change how many buttons and how many rows and groups are on. See, we can go from 1 to like 20. Huge. And we can do the same thing with rows. And then if we do columns and rows at the same time, we've made a big block. So we'll go down to 1 row, several columns, and we'll do a totem real quick. Now, an important spell for shamans who like to do DPS is Searing Totem. Searing Totem has a shorter cooldown than the other shaman totems that are all stay up there for about 5 minutes and you don't have to think about them. Searing Totem, however, is the oddball of the bunch and only stays up for a minute, so he's sometimes hard to track. But we can do that with TellMeWhen by going over to Searing Totem, if we can find him. Let me see. Fire Totems. There we go. Fire Totems, Searing Totem, and we'll drag him right into here. Alright, now we've got a totem. And what we'll do is we'll right click this, and it's on spell cooldown, but that's inaccurate. We're going to take this down to totem. And these are the different types of totems. You can leave that alone. You can have this icon, the way I would do it is uncheck present and hit absent. That means this icon is going to show up when you don't have this totem. And then you can also have a separate add-on to show up. Oop, where did it go? Aha. You can copy this over and move them right there. Copy here. And right click this one. And this one will show up when he's present with a timer. So the one on the left will show up when we don't have him. And this one will show up when he's there and tell us how long we have until he disappears. So if we go to group settings again and we make another group real quick, an icon group, and we drag it right under here and we right click the time one right there, move here, then we've got a smaller one under the big one. We'll move them right there, and then what we do is /TMW to lock it all down. And there. This is telling us that we don't have our totem active. So if we hit it, it disappears, and the timer one shows up showing us how much longer we have until the totem pops. Now, because it's annoying to have this on your screen all the time, we can change its condition by going to conditions, adding a condition, and going to unit attributes, and unit is in combat, and the slider's on true automatically. Now, that big ol' annoying box won't show up unless you're in combat. Say an enemy monster sees you and starts running at you, that big old totem will show up there and let you know that A, you're in combat, something is attacking me, be it horde, alliance, or an enemy, and B, I need to have my totem there. And this one is showing us how much longer until I need to refresh it and hit my button again. And we can do even more if we change this from an icon to a bar type. So group settings, and we hit bar, and then we move this. We'll change this to 1 column, so it's just Searing Totem, and then we put it right under there. We lock it down, and now we've got a bar. So what we'll do is we'll refresh it, and this bar fills up, and you can move this bar and resize this bar wherever you want, and it'll slowly drain out until it's done, however you like it. And that's TellMeWhen.